Hello everyone, my name is Mini Sethi. I hope you all are staying healthy. Today we are going to talk about meaning, process, advantages and disadvantages of zero-based budgeting. So what is zero-based budgeting? In zero-based budgeting, we start from zero base, or we can say that in zero-based budgeting, we assume nothing happened in the past. In zero-based budgeting, we start from zero, or we can say that in zero-based budgeting, we assume nothing happened in the past. For example, whenever we prepare traditional budget, we take previous year budget as a base. Means in traditional budget, we take previous year as a guide. For example, if previous year cost was 10 lakh, then based on this cost or with some adjustment, we decide next year cost. But this will not happen in zero-based budget, because in zero-based budgeting, we start from scratch, we start from zero base. So we can say that zero-based budgeting is a method of budgeting in which all expenses must be justified for each new year rather than based on previous year. So we can say the zero-based budgeting is a method of budgeting in which all expenses must be justified for each new year rather than based on previous year. For example, a manager want approval for advertisement budget, then he need to justify entire expenses based on current need, current cost, and after seeing all currently available better option for reducing cost rather than asking for approval based on previous year budget, because zero based budget don't take previous year as a guide. It start from zero base, it start from scratch. Now we will see process of zero-based budgeting, or we can say the steps included in zero-based budgeting. There are so many steps included in zero-based budgeting. First is set objectives. Second step is developing decision unit. Next is development of decision packages. Next is ranking of decision packages. Next is allocation of resources, and last is controlling and monitoring. One by one we discuss about each step. First step of zero-based budgeting is set objectives. First of all, we need to set our objective. What is our main objective? Reducing cost or increasing profit, or both? Clarify it. Second step is developing decision unit. Decision unit means established department or group of people who will take decision by comparing cost and benefit. Decision unit are basically your department or group of people who take decision by comparing cost and benefit. And third step is development of decision packages. Decision packages are basically your proposals, or we can say that activities or program for which we have to take decision, and each decision package must be include their current requirement, benefit, amount and timing. Next step of zero-based budgeting is ranking decision packages. Now we will give rank to decision packages based on our cost, benefit and priority. Next step is allocation of resources. Now we will allocate resources on the basis of our ranking. Means on the basis of our ranking, we will allocate resources on each decision packages. And last step is controlling and monitoring. In controlling and monitoring, we basically see whether allocation of resources is done accurately or not. Now we will see advantages of zero-based budgeting. First advantage is efficient allocation of resources. In zero-based budgeting, our resources are efficiently allocated because this budgeting is based on current expectation rather than history. A second advantage is more accurate budgeting. Zero-based budgeting is more accurate because in this budgeting we have clear picture of cost against its benefit, and in this budgeting we have to justify all expenses for each new year. That's why this budgeting is more accurate as compared to other traditional budgeting. And third advantage is reducing of cost. In zero-based budgeting, our cost reduce because this budgeting is based on current requirement. In this budgeting, we will see all currently available better option for reducing cost rather than just copying previous year budget. Next advantage is flexible technique. Zero-based budgeting is very flexible because every year you prepare new budget. You are not depend on your previous year budget. And next is useful for government department. Zero-based budgeting is very useful for government department because every day our economy is changing, requirement of society is changing. Now we will say disadvantage of zero-based budgeting. First disadvantage is require more manpower. In zero-based budgeting, we require more people because every year we have to prepare new budget. And second disadvantage is time consuming. Zero-based budgeting is very time consuming because we have to justify all expenses for each new year. And third disadvantage is require specific training. Zero-based budgeting is more complex as compared to traditional budgeting. That's why it requires specific training. And fourth disadvantage is high administrative cost. In zero-based budgeting, we require more manpower. It's very time consuming. That's why it increase our administrative cost. And last disadvantage is zero-based budgeting can increase our paperwork. And this is all about meaning, process, advantages and disadvantages of zero-based budgeting. I think you got it. And thank you so much for watching this video. Bye. Take care.